Hey guys, your boy Will here. Inside this box is an awesome Aussie mammal, but we reckon you might not have heard of it before. Any guesses? It's not a kangaroo, not a wombat, or even a possum. Let's get Kathy to help us out.
Hi Will, meet our native baby bush rats. This is Pip and you have Squeak. They're a few weeks old now, so they're starting to get really active.
So not many people would know that some rats are actually native to Australia.
We have lots of native rats in Australia, Will. 3 main types though, a swamp rat, a water rat, and these guys, the bush rats. But most people would never see them because they're nocturnal and they like to live in the really dense understory in the bush and in the rainforest.
Kathy is a wildlife carer, which means if a native animal is rescued, they come to her for care. Today, we're lending a hand with Pip and Squeak, and they need a fresh enclosure.
Want to pop that in along the...
You know what, Kathy? I think we've made a pretty good box here.
We've made a great box. We've made a box that's as close to their natural environment as we can. This is what they'll be finding in the wild. And really, actually, what we've made is a nest just like their mum would.
So how long do they stay with their mother for until they have to leave?
Probably about 5 to 6 weeks, and by then they should be fully independent, able to find their own food, and off they go.
But they're not quite ready to forage for their own food just yet. So Kathy, it's lunchtime. What do we have on the menu?
Well, we've got a really wide variety in their diet here. We've got some soaked seed, we've got some chopped fruit and veg, and because they're not fully weaned yet, we've got some milk for them.
What kind of milk? Is that cow's milk?
No, it's not. It's actually a kangaroo milk replacer.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Well, it is, but the scientists have told us that this is probably the closest type of milk to what their mum would give them.
They look a lot like normal rats to me. How do you tell if it's a bush rat or just a plain old rat?
To be honest, Will, when they're babies, sometimes you just can't tell. So we have to raise them until we're old enough to be able to make a proper identification on them.
When Pip and Squeak are old enough, they'll be returned to the bushland where they were found and be given what's called a soft release. What's a soft release?
Okay, so instead of just tipping the box over and letting them go straight away, we have them there for about a week to get used to the environment that they're going to be living in, and then we let them go.
So if we need to help an injured animal, what do we do?
Well, the best thing to do if you find an injured animal or even one that's ill is to take it to a wildlife hospital or to a vet. They'll check it and then it will make its way to a carer's home.